Are your headlights looking old, yellow, and oxidized? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you a cheap restoration kit that'll make your BMW's headlights look brand new in literal minutes. So let's go ahead and get straight into the video. So as you guys can see, my BMW E92's headlights are pretty oxidized. I restored them in another video a couple years ago, link for that up above. But overall, just from the years of driving and all the different weather conditions, you can see they've turned yellow and oxidized again. So after looking all over Google and doing a ton of research online, I found the Cerakote ceramic headlight restoration kit. Now this kit particularly had a lot of good reviews on it, and people were saying that it actually did its job and was a great bang for your buck. People were saying that they restored their headlights and it lasted years, so I thought, why not give it a try? So without further ado, let's go ahead and open up this kit and try to get these headlights looking brand new again. Now the first thing you can see looking right at the package is that no tools are required to use this kit. So that's perfect. That means it's all going to be by hand. You're not going to need a power drill. So now let's go ahead and open up this kit and see what it all comes with. All right, let's go ahead and pop open the top. And you guys can see everything's clearly labeled. So step one is going to be your ceramic headlight oxidation remover. It's going to come with a bunch of these. And so we're basically going to get all of these pads and remove all the oxidation off of our headlight. And so it should come with about 6 to 8 in total, 3 for each headlight. And so we're basically going to hit this entire headlight with all 3 of these pads just to remove as much of this oxidation as possible before we start sanding. So the first thing we went ahead and did is pop the hood to the car. That way we can get into all these little cracks here. And once we start restoring this headlight, I don't want to scratch up any of the paint on top of the hood. Grab some masking tape and we're going to mask off all of these painted sections. That way we don't damage any of our paint in the process of restoring the headlight. And since we have 6 of these oxidation removing pads, we're going to go ahead and use these 3 to knock out this one headlight. So let's go ahead and start. And now go ahead and start wiping down your headlight from outside to in, just like this. And we're going to keep on wiping down until our pad becomes completely yellow. So that looks yellow enough. Let's go ahead and grab another pad. And now let's go ahead and grab our final pad and try to get as much of this oxidation off as possible. Sweet guys, so now from here we can see that the headlight looks a lot more leveled and even. It still does look a bit yellow, but for the most part, all of our oxidation that was clumped up has been removed. So now we can go ahead and start sanding this headlight and getting it to look brand new. So for this portion, you're going to go ahead and grab the sanding kit that they included in the box. It's going to come with this little sanding handle and these discs right here. So we're going to go ahead and put the gray discs off to the side. And so to install the sanding disc onto the handle, it's going to have Velcro on the back. So you're simply just going to press it together just like this. And now you want to line up that sanding disc as best as you can because you don't want the bare Velcro of this handle to be scraping up on your headlight. That'll leave micro scratches. So just make sure it's a full circle the whole way around and we have full contact, that there's no pieces like this that are lifting up. And now before we actually start sanding the headlight assembly down, you have to make sure that the headlight assembly stays wet. So what you're going to need is a spray bottle full of warm water, and the entire time we're sanding, we're going to be spraying down the surface of the headlight simultaneously. We do not want the headlight to be dry because that'll leave deep scratches on the headlight itself once we're done with this process. So you're going to continue to spray down the headlight assembly while we actually go through and sand it. And how we're going to do this is we're not going to go in circular motions. We're going to go left to right the entire way across. We want even streaks the whole way. That way we don't leave micro scratches at the end. And now for the super tight corners, like right here on the E92 headlight, we can actually go ahead and just take the sanding disc off of the handle itself. And now this is arguably the most important step, so you want to take your time because in this step, this is where you're removing all the oxidation, all the yellowness that's actually going to make our headlight look clear at the end. So take your time during this process and be sure to keep the headlight wet the entire time. Perfect. So I think we're done with that 2000 grit sandpaper, so we'll go ahead, rinse all this yellow oxidation off. Let's wipe it down. Perfect. So now that we're done with the 2000 grit and we went ahead and removed all the yellowness, we're going to grab our 3000 grit, the fine grit sandpaper, and we're going to do the same exact thing. And we're going to use this pad to basically even out the headlight and remove any of the surface scratches we might have from the previous sandpaper. And then same thing, we can go ahead and remove our sanding disc from the handle itself. That way we can reach all these little hard to reach spots around the side. Perfect. So now let's go ahead and rinse out our headlight one last time. Grab a completely dry microfiber towel and wipe down the rest of this headlight assembly and make sure there's not a single bit of water on the headlight at all. You want to make sure not even a drop comes down, because once we put on that ceramic, you don't want this water to discolor and ruin the headlight that we just worked to sand down. Wipe down everything, all of the water here up top, make sure that that's all wiped down as well. And now we're gonna go ahead and remove all of our masking tape that we put on to protect our paint from sanding down. And now with our headlight assembly completely dried to the touch, we're going to go ahead and put one more layer of masking tape around the paint, and that's going to protect our paint from the ceramic application. Sweet guys, so now that our headlight's completely dry to the touch and we went ahead and masked it off one more time, we removed all that wet, crusty masking tape, put a brand new layer on. Now we can go ahead and put the ceramic application and make these headlights look brand new. So we went ahead and let the headlights cure for about an hour or two. And with this specific restoration kit, you do not want to expose the headlight to moisture within 60 minutes of putting on the ceramic coating. If you do that, you'll completely discolor the headlight and mess up all the work that we just did. So now overall, for final results, I think they look better, but it's definitely not perfect. You can still see on the headlight itself, it still has this yellowish tinge to it. Now, it's not as bad as before, I'll definitely say that, but if you really look at the cornering light here, you can really see it's not like a crystal white color. And I think the main reason for that is because the sandpaper that comes with the kit isn't coarse enough to really get deep into the headlight's plastic. The kit only comes with the 2 and 3000 grit sandpaper, and that's just not coarse enough to really get deep into the headlight plastic and remove all the UV discoloration and oxidation. And they look better than before, and that is really all I could ask for. So I'll definitely say that this restoration kit did a good job, just not a great job in my opinion. Overall, the Cerakote headlight restoration kit did a pretty good job at making my old yellow oxidized looking headlights look a lot newer. Now, did this headlight kit do a perfect job? I would definitely say no. I think since this company only includes a 2 and 3000 grit sandpaper, it only really removes the surface stuff. It doesn't remove any of the oxidation that's really deep baked into the headlight plastic itself. So I feel like add some more coarse sandpaper and this kit will probably do a pretty good job. I still personally feel like my method of restoring headlights is leagues above this and has given me the best results on multiple cars throughout many years. And I'll have a link for that video up above and down below. But for the price point, I don't think I could knock it. I'd still recommend it to somebody else who really isn't too savvy on cars and wants to restore their headlights quickly. I would definitely recommend it. And I'll have a link down below where you can purchase your own headlight restoration kit for the best price. Smash a thumbs up if this video helped you in any way. Leave a comment if you have any questions at all, and I'll be sure to get back to you so I can save you some time or money. As always, I love each and every one of y'all so much, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace out.